गुरुर् साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरि Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have started the revision on the 8th chapter, that is story of Bhargava. We have completed first and second topic and entering into the third topic, that is Manomala Lakshalanam, the washing of impurities of the mind. Very important topic. So this is page number 84 and chapter number 8, Manomalakshalanam, the washing of the impurities of mind, shloka number 28. For a person who has done reflection or inquiry, whose moments of the minds are vanishing, his essential nature certainly brightens up by the power of knowledge or intelligence. So reflection has to be done, inquiry has to be done. So it is one of the gateways of liberation. What are the four gateways of liberation? Contentment, tranquility, inquiry, and holy company. These are the four. Out of this, inquiry is a very important thing. So this topic is third topic is very important for one who has well understood his essential nature by reflection or inquiry, and whose self-knowledge has risen. The Brahma, the creator, the Vishnu, the sustainer, the Indra, the lord of demigods, and Shankara, the destroyer, becomes worthy of sympathy. So in fact, they also start feeling who is this great person, who is a Jivan Mukta, and he is now getting one attached with that infinity, rather only infinity remains. The state of fulfillment of the Sega who has realized his self excels even that of the gods. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh and Shankar. So these four also people feel envy, because this person is now, he is one attached with the Almighty. So he is only the divinity. So what has to be now inquired is, who am I? Where is this universe? As long as such inquiry is not made within, so long as the show of the worldly existence, which is like darkness, remains. Samsara adambaram remains, andhakaropamam sthitim. So, nanta vicharitam, unless you inquire inside, who am I, from where this world has come, the unless this inquiry gets fructified, there is no use. So the all-powerful eternal self seated inside even every heart in the non-dual consciousness. Whoever pursues this, he really sees. So one who pursues this, he really sees. He sees in every animals, birds, anywhere place, everywhere he sees that Almighty only. So in this relative world, there is not a problem which has got absolute solution, and the absolute reality, there is not a single problem which demands a solution. There are no problems at all in the Ekameva Aditya. The all-powerful eternal self seated inside every heart is a non-dual consciousness that has to be pursued. The world is always like this. So don't get worried. Don't waste your time, energy and abilities to correct the world. So nothing to do, nowhere to go. So potentiality expresses by conditioning or upadhi. Only that enjoyment gives satisfaction which is tested with full knowledge. If you have the full knowledge of this world, you have the full knowledge of the self, then only can enjoy. The thief attended upon, after knowing him as such, becomes friendly. He does not assume the state of thief. If thief is there and you caught him and he is a thief, so he will never do that activity again. If it is a stone, only existence will be experienced. If it is a plant, it will have existence plus life. If it is an animal, then it will have existence, life and movement. If it is human being, then it will have existence, life, movement and thinking. So same substratum supporting everything. That is aditya, one without second consciousness, undivided consciousness. So whether it is a stone, plant, animal or human beings, everything is supported by the same consciousness. World is seen by us according to what we have accepted ourselves. If we discover ourselves to be divine, then the world is nothing but the divine. If we discover ourselves to be divine, then the world is nothing but divine. Because although there is a perception of otherness, but there is no sense of otherness. We pursue this otherness, but there is no sense of otherness. So perception of otherness is not an issue, but sense of otherness creates the samsara. So when you are dealing with world, deal with the proper understanding, compassion and love. Talk to people with the love. Swamiji used to give an example of theft and friend. Even though the enjoyment of pleasure of the restrained mind is little or insignificant, that enjoyment which has not obtained extension is the thought of the abundance because of the suffering needed to secure it. A king freed from the bondage is pleased with a mere village. A king, he is already in captivities and he is freed. A small village is sufficient for him. The one who has not been bound by enemies or not overpowered by them does not think of even the kingdom as abandoned. So even this miseries which comes in the life, that is for our betterment only. So we should learn from that and correct our consciousness. In the ocean of worldly existence, there is no refuge other than the conquest of mind. So this is a very important point. Manasa Vijayat Nanya Gatir Asti Bhavarnava. So there is no refuge other than the conquest of mind. Mind has to be conquered. As long as the mind is not conquered by the firm practice of the one truth or reality, so long as the night ghost of imagination dance in the heart. So what we mean by this is Ekatattva Dhruda Abhyasat. We have to do what? Ekatattva. So what is that Ekatattva? Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you know it or not, you are divine. So apply Vivek, dispassion you have to apply, Vairagya, discrimination, dispassion has to be applied. So mind is our friend if it is accepted as our friend. Conquered mind is a friend, and not which is not conquered is an enemy. A servant by doing what is desired, a minister by causing good deeds, performance of the good deeds, general by the power of attacking, a teacher by giving the knowledge, a loving woman by fondling, a secure, pure father by protecting, are all called as friendly. But I consider that by faith, the mind is spoken of as a friend of the wise. So mind, if you train him properly, then it becomes a friend of wise. You must trust anybody in this world, but don't trust your mind, not even once, because it will take you for a ride. So CCTV ऊपर वाला देख रहा है. When we know divine presence in our heart, we do not need any external spiritual practice. When we know it is divine presence, then what is required? Living in that awareness is called as a spiritual practice. So, hey Rama, let us become possessed of the luster after washing thus the jewel of the mind stained with the much of the mud by the water of discrimination for obtaining perfection. So to obtain perfection, we have to clean our mind, mud, and by discrimination, Vivek has to be applied. So last shloka 39:14 says, thoroughly overcoming the enemies in the form of senses, pursuing the truth by the intellect, and becoming established there itself. Be one who has crossed over the ocean of worldly existence. Hey Rama, thus has been narrated to you the means of the purity of the mind. So if you really want to pure the mind, what has to be done? Three things. Overcoming the enemies in the form of senses. The senses will take you for a ride, so they are the enemies. Pursue the truth by intellect. So whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you know it or not, you are divine. Become established there itself. So establish in a divinity. One who crosses over the ocean of the worldly existence. So what is the summary in a nutshell? Truth is that which cannot be caught in the web of worlds. It cannot be spoken of. So how to talk about the truth which cannot be spoken about? So it is told here, language which is used in the scriptures is storytelling. Truth is revealed through the storytelling. If we have the knowledge and still we suffer and become miserable in life, then we have wasted the time. We have to clearly understand that this has to be applied to our day-to-day life. And three things develop without our knowledge. One is ego, second is vasana, third is fear. Death is an illusion. We are God creations. We do not have an independent existence apart from the God. Let us not go away from the path of inquiry, path of devotion. What is to be followed is, we are supposed to follow the four things: inquiry, contentment, tranquility, and holy company. Satsang is a must, and this satsang is going to help us. The chapter number 15 Bhagavad Gita, first shloka itself says that repeat the shloka. Urdhmoolam adashakam ashvattam prayuravim chandansi yasya parnani yasyam vedasa vedavid. So first in Hindi then English. श्री भगवान बोले आदि पुरुष परमेश्वर रूप मूल वाले और ब्रह्मा रूप मुख्य शाखा वाले. So what is the main thing is transcendent, immanent, one without say second. So it is only that divinity which is expressing as Krishna or Brahma or Vishnu or Mahesh or Shankara. ब्रह्म रूप मुख्य शाखा वाले जिस संसार रूप पीपल के वृक्ष को अविनाशी कहते हैं तथा वेद जिसके पत्ते कहे गए हैं, उस संसार रूप वृक्ष को जो पुरुष मूल सहित तत्व से जानता है वह वेद के तात्पर्य को जानने वाला है. द पर्सन हु नोज द divinity, he knows the divinity of the world. He only knows, if he knows it perfectly, then he only knows the divinity. So Bhagavan said, he who knows the people through it, that is the form of creation, that is the divinity. What is the substratum? Which is said to be imperishable, with its roots in a primordial being God, which branches are represented by the Brahma, the creator, and whose leaves are the Veda, the knower of the purport of the Veda. So this is only the meaning for what purpose we are studying the scriptures or reading these stories. So always focus on one thing, that try to overcome the enemies, that is the senses, pursue the truth by the intellect, and get established in the truth which you are divine. And divinity means what? You are always blissful, cheerful, contented, happy, and over and above, relaxed and cool. So be happy always with this prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. Somebody divine truth should the holy fruits of Sri Ram.